Welcome to today's video where we will be talking about how I use virtual reality in my clinical practice. I've also invited a special guest with us today. Hey, Jennifer.
I was on mute there. Hey, Henry. Thanks for having me on your channel. I was really super intrigued when you started to tell me about using VR therapy in your practice. So let's get started. What sort of things do you actually use it to treat?
Fear and or panic are the most popular subjects when it comes to VR therapy. We are exposing the client to a scene that would usually draw panic and fear. And this is done in a safe environment where the client has a safe way out, meaning we can terminate the exercise at any point in time. So when you're driving on a bridge, for example, you can't really stop or pause that scenario. But with VR, the world is at the control of a computer. And at the same time, it is incredibly immersive. You really feel like you are there and that whatever you are seeing is actually real life. You just got to look through one of these headsets to be able to experience it.
Okay, so how prevalent is VR therapy, and have you already used it in your practice?
I use this in my practice and so have a few other clinicians in the field of treating, for example, for them, PTSD. The foundations of VR therapy is all about exposure. And exposure has been greatly practiced throughout various types of therapies, whether it's facing fears, desensitization of a particular situation. With the success of exposure therapy, VR just adds to that level of immersion by providing a lifelike situation at the comfort of the office without needing to be someplace specific. So you can really think of it as an exposure therapy, but turned digital.
What's special about the Oculus headset? I mean, I have this, cardboard viewer thing, and you can open it up and you can put your phone in, you pull up a video on YouTube and you can view it. So, what's the difference between somebody doing that and using this headset? Can I just use that to get the same benefits?
There are two main types of VR headsets. I call them real ones and simulated ones. What you just mentioned, the cardboard viewer, is a simulated VR headset. So meaning you slide your phone at the compartment in front of your eyes and all it does is track your head movements. So you can view a 360-degree YouTube video or play a game that requires you to turn your head. However, the level of immersion is not there. And the other type of headset that I deem the real headset, it's made by companies such as Oculus or HTC. And the reason I say this is because VR headsets, if you look at mine here, look, the lenses aren't flat. Rather, the glass carries a shape, like the rings of a tree trunk. It encompasses depth with image size to create a very realistic and lifelike view. And you can't match this type of immersion with a phone. In terms of how this relates to therapy, you absolutely can watch something to expose yourself to the situation, but most importantly is as long as it's safe. So a lot of the times clients, they don't have access to a full VR headset or they would like to do this in an environment where they can debrief their experiences with a mental health clinician. So the thing is, the more the exposure, the more the desensitization or the more the trained muscle memory. So as such, anyone is welcome to go with the exposure experience as long as it's safe and it doesn't provide further harm. If you feel you're creating further harm or more harm to yourself, please just stop.
Do you have any examples of scenes that you've already made? Because I think one thing that's really cool about what you're doing is that you can create these customized scenarios for your clients.
I do, yeah. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. And here it is.
Oh my gosh, you even built a spotlight for it. Oh my gosh.
I did. So here's the spotlight. Here's the editor. And in the spotlight here, you can toggle the light on and off. You can adjust the intensity of the light. You can adjust the spot angle. You can even have a full color wheel for the light. So as you can see, you can change the color.
This is so awesome. Okay, so some context for those of you who don't understand why I asked for this stage. I'm doing stand-up comedy, but because of COVID, I've only been doing it through Zoom. And at some point, I do want to get into a real life situation, like a stage, a club, that sort of thing. And I thought, hey, you know, Henry's got this VR stuff going on. Let's rehearse some of my material using his headset. Why not? You know, it's there. But man, just seeing it, like, and all the work you put into it, this looks so cool.
Generally, you see less resistance for this type of therapy because it's fun. It's fun. It's a great way to expose the client to whatever situation that triggers them without them actually being there. You know, it's safe, and we can terminate the exercise at any point in time. So part of the reason our body goes into full-blown panic attack is because our fight or flight response realizes that there's no way out. And if you want more information about the fight or flight response, be sure to check out the video I have about claustrophobia. All right, so that's all we have for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe for updates on our future videos. We'll be leaving our social medias in the description, so feel free to follow us. There's a lot more to come, so make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you in the next one.